It's now my pleasure to introduce our next speaker. Let me start it this way. One of my positions as superintendent, I was district superintendent at Capital Region BOCES for 8 years, and I had the good fortune of first working with Dr. Baldwin down here in front, and then Dr. Cruz right here, who's going to speak in a second. One of the running jokes between the Albany BOCES and the Rensselaer BOCES was the Hudson River could never be crossed. The Hudson River was wider than the Pacific Ocean, and that is something that Jim Baldwin helped to shrink, and Gladys made disappear. The work that we were able to do together collegially was just amazing. Gladys was always willing to try new things, always willing to do what was right for children, and it was a great pleasure to work with her. The other thing that I'm quite proud of is back a couple of years ago, the NISCUS Executive Committee voted to endorse Dr. Gladys Cruz to be running for president-elect of AASA. And she didn't take my advice, thankfully, because I was talking politics with her one day, and she said, no, I really want to do it this year. And she did it this year. She did it that year, and as a result, she won and became the first Latina elected as president of AASA.
Buenos dias. Good morning, everyone. It is my pleasure to join you. Throughout the summit, we have heard much about the audacity to lead for all, where we seek to live up to the promise of all means all. We stand at a pivotal time in our world and a critical time in public education, a time when there are challenges with staffing and public perception, and when technological advances are reshaping our world and how we live and learn. A time where increased mental health issues and a looming financial cliff concern us all. I am proud to serve as president of AASA, where my platform is focused on leading in a new era, new challenges, new approaches. In many ways, we are still emerging from a sustained crisis where we will not know the full impact of the pandemic on students and staff for probably another decade. And that's my opinion. What we do know is our students are growing in a world vastly different than the one we knew as children. As such, it is important to prepare them for their futures, not our pasts. Amid the challenges, I hope you see the possibilities of change in education, the chance to improve and modernize practices and the curriculum, the chance to reset priorities or work together in many ways, and to emerge stronger than before. Public education remains a beacon of hope, a place where dreams are built and possibilities are realized. At the heart of the American dream lies the belief that every learner, regardless of their background of circumstances, can succeed. Public education has been and remains the foundation for our democracy. It levels the playing field where knowledge becomes power and the catalyst for success. We need to believe in our students' audacity to dream big, to pursue endeavors that may seem unsurmountable, and in some cases, overcome adversities standing in the way of their goals. We also need to believe in the audacity to lead for all, because it means having the courage to challenge the status quo and ensure equity and inclusion for all, being willing to take risks and to stand up for what is right, even when it's unpopular, and creating an environment where all students can thrive, regardless of their race, ethnicity, socioeconomic status, gender, sexual orientation, disability, or other defining characteristics. It also means doing things that may be uncomfortable at times. This is why we come together through this association and others to support each other. To end, please think about what being an audacious leader means to you. More importantly, please think about what it means to your students, because you and your leadership are so, so important. Thank you so much.